plan that you want to work with, it will be very difficult for you to achieve any goal. So how do we actually achieve an effective planning? Number one is to have clear monthly goals. Because, and see, it's not about just what the company assigned to you. For instance, he said they told him 8 million. It's about the goal you can assign to yourself and take personal responsibility for it. It's not about saying, they tell me to do 8 million. When they tell you to do 8 million, when you don't achieve 8 million, what you say yourself, well, I don't do my best. But when you have set a monthly goal that I want to do 10 million, I want to do 15 million, you know that you are taking personal responsibility for it. Now, see where you now do. The next thing that, for that monthly goal, on your daily to-do list, when you're now writing your daily to-do, you now ask yourself, based on this 15 million that I set to myself to achieve, the things I said I'm going to do today, are they channeled towards that 15 million? It means that you don't just wake up every day and say, okay, let me go for marketing. It's about, I'm planning to go to Lut. I'm planning to go to Idumota. Are those my efforts in those places, will they contribute towards achieving the 15 million? Or do you just wake up and say, let me just go to Idumota and let me go to Lut? At the end of the day, you go there, there's no clear goal for the day that is channeled towards your big goal. And which is where the way budget is actually drawn up. You have the national budget, you have the local one. It now cascades to you in your small region that you say, okay, out of this big pie, this is my contribution towards it. If your daily to-do list is not directed towards your monthly goal, it will actually be very difficult for you to achieve anything. And which is why one of the things I've always mentioned is, make sure you are very clear on what the management of the company expects from you. One of the things I always say is that, be accountable to your manager, but let your focus be on the assignment given to you by the boss or the chairman or the MD of the company. It means that on a daily basis, you need to ask yourself, if I've promised the MD I'm going to deliver 15 million, if I wake up and as I drive out, is my focus on that 15 million that I set out to achieve? Because most time you find out that a lot of us have not learned to differentiate between activity and productivity. Activity is when you go out, you've met 10 doctors, you met 20 pharmacists, and how many sales have you closed for the day? 0. But you find out somebody who, let me give you, there's one of the top sales rep in a company. He used to go for his own detailing in the night. Now people used to wonder, this guy, we rarely see you in hospitals. Every evening you just go to 1 or 2 hospitals. How come every month you are the best salesperson? I said, okay, let me share with you what I do. My first time when I went into the field was to collect the contact of the best top prescribers in each hospital. And what I now did was I formed a personal relationship with them. And I found out the joints where they go out to relax. And it's in that joint that I go to do my own detailing. Now, who do you think will give you better attention? The person that every evening you people meet at a joint to talk about how Buhari is not doing well, or the person that you meet just in the hospital and he attends to you officially? It's important for you to understand, have an effective plan. Not that, okay, they say, let me go to this thing, I just go. He had drawn up his own plan, that his plan is about every week he does about 3 joints a day. Because the top prescribers, this is where they go to. But if you don't have that clear, effective plan, you find out that achieving your goal will actually be very, very difficult for you to do. It now comes to the tools, apps for marketing. How many of us have the apps that we work with in our marketing? Which marketing app do you have? Anybody here? Which one do you use? Finance. Sorry? Finance. So what does it do? Can you stand up, please?
actually take tracks of your sales.
Yeah.
People that are owing you your debtors, your balance outside.
How many of us have the app? What do you call it?
Finance.
Sorry?
Finance.
How many of us have it? Did you hear what he said the app does for him? Did you get that? Can you stand up and explain it again?
I said you actually take tracks of your sales and your debtors, so you don't have to have it. You know people that are owing you at 8.9 and sales will make no sense.
Okay. Now, how many of us have heard about ISO timer? Now, what ISO timer does for you is when you clock in your to-do list for the day, 30 minutes before the time, it actually alerts you that you have this thing coming up. Now, let me actually look at. The point I'm actually trying to make is there are apps that can make your job a lot easier. There are scheduling apps that you can actually use. Sorry? Yes. There are, a lot of these paperwork that you actually do, there are now apps that can readily run it for you. There are apps that can actually plan your days and your weeks ahead of for you. There are apps that can actually, on a click, can actually give you the features of your product that can actually align with a particular customer. And most importantly, there are apps that you can actually use to analyze your performance on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. I don't know if we have a plan. Do we have any analytics data tool that we use? How do we assess your performance between last month and this month? Do you have any tool that you use? Okay, which one? No, what I'm saying is, I can't actually remember this thing now, but there are actually apps that can, there's this one, it's actually a software now for shop owners, for instance. It's called Farm Shop. And there's another one called Shop Master. What it does for you, for instance, it can actually give you a comparison between your last month performance and this month performance on your phone. So what it does for you is that you can actually bring your phone now. You can look at the number of visits you made last month, the ones you made this month, and your plans. So that based on that, you can actually do a projection. So the guy I came here with actually does the chatting for most of our clients. Now, on a monthly basis for most of our districts, what we do is that we've designed a system that generates their performance so that they can actually compare on a chart-by-chart basis what they did this month and what they did last month. Which means, based on that chart, you can say, this person that bought 1 carton this month, how many did he buy last month? How many, from every month, you can now look at his performance. And it will tell you if the sales for a particular customer is going up or going down. These are tools that are readily available for us. And with that, you can actually assess your performance. And when your sales, for instance, you might think that you are doing very well with a particular customer. But when you have this analysis that this thing can generate for you, basically all these things are done for you, and you see it, and it can help you redirect your marketing efforts. So, how do we work together effectively for us to do the 6.5 billion that we want to do this year? I keep re-emphasizing this 6.5 billion because it's okay. Are we following so far? Okay. So my brother has a business, and one day he told me that if we You've been teaching people how to grow their business. In my own, what can you do for me? And the more I talk to him, the more I realize that some of us, the commitment, the will is there, or the desire is there, but the commitment is actually a challenge. And I also find out that a lot of times,